Hello and welcome. I'm your host Elizibar. We're going to talk about Black Coffins #1. The copyright date on this book is March 2022. I don't know exactly when it came out or what the status of the crowdfund is because I didn't look into any of that. But I was sent this to review like 3 months ago in March, and here we are. Here we are looking at it like 3 months later. First, I feel like I recognize this artist's art from somewhere, but I can't quite place it. And I own way too many comic books to go digging through the mall to try to find this. But I kind of like the art. It's got a nice style to it. Hmm. Was this the artist that was on Kasai Homecoming? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, it's really nice. Here's the credits, just to let you take a look at all those. Art by Carola Borelli. It's really great stuff. The coloring is great. I really like the look of this book. Like A plus. I like the way it looks. In the interest of full disclosure, I do need to explicitly state that I was given this PDF to do a review. So here we are. If you think that changes my opinion of the book, you're wrong, but you can believe what you want. Like, I'm not going to argue with that. We're all entitled to our own beliefs on these things. Let me zoom out so you can see the whole page here. So this is the first real page of the book. Inside front cover, then boom. First page, crash. You brought this on yourself, woman. Keep a hold of that brat. Mom! Come on, Elmer, they're just kids. Shut up. I'm running this now, not you. Sure as heck not Lefty. No more. Me. And nobody crosses my gang. We don't have to do this. We got what we came for. That ain't all we came for. String her up. Alright. So now we are immediately invoking some of my favorite things, which is a revenge story. Now, I like heist movies better than I like revenge movies, but a good revenge movie is hard to beat. Mr. Majestic, despite being about watermelons, is absolutely a fantastic film. And so we're setting up like a revenge plot. What was that Clint Eastwood movie where he was that dude who got unjustly hung because they thought he was a cattle thief? Hang 'em High, was that it? That's a great movie, by the way. So they're taking her. They're going to string her up. We're going to skip a couple pages here. I want to jump to page 6. Because on page 6, you know what? There's a little bit of stuff here we did skip that's probably important, I think. We'll come back to that if I think it's important later. This is in the past. So what we were just seeing was some of these characters in the future, in the now. This is the past. This is the backstory explaining how they got together. This guy is a corporal, although he's not in uniform, and he's hanging out with some army cavalry guys, and they're looking for some, I think they were Apaches that were causing trouble, that ran off the reservation or whatever. And he's like, hey, we need a guide. And none of the people there wanted to be the guide, but she's like, oh, yeah, I speak English, and I can help you out. He's like, all right, well, it pays 50 cents a day. I'll take it. She's crazy, but I like her. So now you can see we're setting up relationships. Like, just looking at this, immediately, having read many books, you can tell that they're going to end up in some kind of relationship together. And having seen some of the stuff later on, we know that things get really crazy in her life. Okay, time to skip ahead a little bit. And look at the art here. Like, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? I really like the way it looks. The big smudgy shadows and stuff. I think that's really fun. Let's zip to page 8. This is also in the present. We got a Pinkerton guy, Pinkerton detective, and a sheriff, and there was a bank robbery. So this is kind of like the backstory for what's going on. There was a bank robbery out at that farm. That lady was getting killed. It looked like there might have been some money involved. That kind of stuff. Just saying. And so now we got some people to investigate that. So we're spinning out a storyline in the past. We're spinning out like this gang that just did some stuff. We got this lady who's clearly getting set up for a revenge plot. And then we got these two dudes here investigating a bank robbery. So clearly, all this stuff is going to converge. The lady and the guy are going to be somehow involved in the bank robbery. That's somehow how the whole revenge plot gets kicked off. These two are going to catch up with it. And, we're going to build and boil up to a big climax. Like that's the overall narrative arc of the story. It has to be. All right, there was some stuff I skipped. And now that we're on page 13, I'm just going to ambush you with everything we just skipped. So, after she got killed, this creature, angel, demon, whatever, dropped down out of the heavens and resurrected her and was like, yo, you're going to work for me now. And now we've just pulled in another story trope I like. There was a TV show on Fox in the late 90s called Brimstone, where a ex-cop who, I think he killed himself, I don't remember, but he got sent back to Earth by the devil to go collect a bunch of even worse people who had escaped. Okay? There was also another show called Good vs. Evil, later styled as GVE, and in that story, there was like a federal, divine agency that ran agents to go stop the Morlocks, who were people who made deals with the devil, and those agents were picked up from the dead, people who had some skills and talents and had a debt to pay. So I like this kind of stuff, and that's exactly what's going on here. This being came down, resurrected her, and cut a deal. You'll be my agent, my bounty hunter, and you'll have to collect 7 black coffins for 7 dead men. This is setting up something that's a lot of fun. This book itself, there was a lot of stuff I kind of predicted, like the inevitable romance and things like that. And right from the very beginning, well, maybe not the very beginning, but at one point she's explaining, the lady, her, is explaining like her childhood, and then I knew exactly what was going to happen later on, and sure enough, it happened. So the writing's maybe a little bit predictable, and I got to say, stories that jump back and forth between 2 different time reference frames, I'm not always like on board with them because that's not always easy to follow. I understand why you do it from a narrative perspective, but sometimes it's kind of chunky. I think it was maybe a little on the chunky side here, but I had a lot of fun reading the book. It's definitely worth checking out if you like weird westerns or westerns in general or supernatural stuff or revenge stories. Like this has got a lot of great ingredients mixed together, and the art in it I thought was really solid all the way through. I didn't spot any typos or anything either. The lettering was fine. Like, good job all around. It was fun to read. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day, great night, great whatever you got going on. Check out Black Coffins if you get the chance. And until next time, bye bye. Sorry for being so late on doing this review.